There's still so much road left, though. You know what I mean? Like, there's 5 games left. There's a tie break that they can put on the table on the Jets and take their spot. And we did see, I mean, you want to talk about proof of life. Thanksgiving night, I thought Mac looked great. He was decisive, and there was an intermediate passing game that I didn't see last night that I did see against Minnesota. Might just chalk it up to different defenses. I don't know, but what do you think happens from here on the rest of the way, Tom?
That to me is what's fascinating to look at. What's the goal? To me, 2022 was not about winning a Super Bowl. It was about progress generated from what the team was last January with the decisions made. Is Mac Jones a better player? Does the team have a better, are they more competitive with the Buffalo Bills? Not only are they just about the same level of competitiveness with that team, they've got the Miami Dolphins, who are now undeniably ahead of them, and maybe the Jets are too. So you can get to 8-6 by beating Las Vegas and Arizona the next 2 weeks, and on paper that's certainly possible. You might even be able to get to 9-6 by surprising the Bengals on Christmas Eve. They're up there competing for airspace with Santa. So you have the opportunity to get to 9-6, but to what end? And I don't like, Rich, when people are, we're championship driven here, nothing but Lombardi. Cut it out. We spend a lot of time, and 31 franchises spend a lot of time not getting Lombardis and want an improving product. I think that's what's disappointing here is no matter what they do in the next 3 weeks or down the stretch, have they improved this year and gotten closer to reaching a point where they're part of the NFL's upper crust? Not even the elite, the upper crust, because they're awfully mediocre right now.
What about the idea of maybe listening to Mac and saying, all right, we're going to open this thing up, and Kendrick Bourne and guys who said last night that this was not working, and and maybe sacrifice, if you will, what you told us in the beginning of the season about what the intention of doing for and to this offense was, in fact, simplifying it, because it was way too damn complicated underneath Josh McDaniels' tenure with Brady and a young kid in Mac Jones, to the point where skilled players were having trouble getting up to speed if they just arrived. Right? Isn't that what the concept was?
I think what's hard about that is Bill would say, we had Trent Brown, who was sick. Isaiah Wynn's out. Yodny Kajust, the other right tackle, is out. We're down to Connor McDermott, who we took off a practice squad from the Jets. What do you want us to do? But even if those guys were in there, maybe they would throw it downfield more. But if you look at the way the Patriots have behaved since the Bears game, they had a decent stretch with Bailey Zappi in there and Mac Jones. Steelers game in week 2, then they threw it all over the place against the Ravens, lost the game, and had 3 picks. And after that 3-pick game, I think Bill said, okay, see who we are here? We can't protect him. When he's under duress and we're asking him to be aggressive, he throws picks. Let's just try not to lose some of these games, Matt. And that's where these players are looking at each other and say, I didn't come here to not lose games offensively. Came here to play. So I think there's going to be a resistance on Bill's part to saying, all right, we're going to start chucking it everywhere against Arizona, because he'll look at that as a winnable game. But you threw it all over the place against Minnesota and won. It's weird. You have to score, but they're afraid to take the chances that are part and parcel of scoring.
How do you think this is all sitting with Kraft?
I'm sorry?
How do you think this is all sitting with RKK, Robert Kraft? How do you think this is all sitting with him right now?
Not great. Not great. He pointed out that he wanted to see, he was as disappointed as anybody, not just in the fact the Patriots had declined, but they had gone 3 years without a playoff win. He mentioned that he wants the team to compete now. It's not doing that. He felt as if the investment in the players that the team made last year with Kendrick Bourne and Nelson Aguilar, Johnny Smith and Hunter Henry, that would be realized. He anticipated, and this is all that he said on the record in March at the owners' meetings, he anticipated there would be a lot of improvement for Mac Jones, that he felt that was the right guy. And he understood, or he didn't understand, he said the Bill has earned the right to do an unconventional thing in his coaching staff. So he's not going to second-guess Bill because he's been right an awful lot with the coaching staff and the decisions he's made. But he's watching. He's paying attention. He wants to see progress, and it's not really happening this year. And the product is hard to swallow. You can be crappy. Just don't be boring and crappy.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.